Hi guys, Arthur here from Homeowner DIY. Today what I'm going to do is shoot a quick video on appliance maintenance. Now, most houses will have a furnace or a boiler for heat and then a hot water tank. Now, newer houses may also have an air conditioner. It may have a tankless unit opposed to a standard hot water tank. A tankless is newer technology. You don't need a tank anymore. It's just much more expensive. For heating, you can either have a hot water heating system, what I call a hydronic boiler, or a forced air system. Now, a forced air system, it's an older design. I mean, right after the Second World War, when they started pumping out houses very quickly, they're using forced air because it's just cheaper to do. It's not a very good system opposed to hot water heating. Hot water heating, it's more for the install, but year over year, it's a better system. It's more efficient and it just works better. We're not going to get into the details on the systems, but what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you the maintenance for a forced air furnace, and then for in this particular case, a gas hot water tank. Now, really quickly, for the hot water tank, whether it's gas or electric, it doesn't matter. You're going to do this regardless. So what we'll do now is start with the furnace. Alright guys, this is our furnace. It's a Whisper Heat by Lennox. So you have two covers. You have the upper cover, and then you also have the lower cover. Now what you need to be aware with these systems is there's going to be a switch that if you don't have the cover on, the furnace will never start. It's a safety for the furnace. So the switch is right here. So this needs to be depressed for the furnace to ever do anything. So really, the only thing that you have maintenance-wise is the filter. So you have your blower motor here. Some motors need oiling. This one does not. But what you can do is you can vacuum out the inside. I've already done that. You notice how there's not too much debris. So we have our new filter here. We have our old filter here, and you can see how filthy the old one is. So this one has been in since November because I wrote on it. You see right there is November 5th, the 20th. So this one is completely plugged up. And this is the new one. So guys, it does matter which way you put it in. They have arrows that you can see right here, the arrows. So really, for this system, you have a supply and return. It'll blow out warm air, and then it'll also suck in the other air. So you need the filter to filter the air coming back into the system. So what I'll do is I will get the filter in position, and then I'll show you how simple this is to put back in. Alright, so with the new filter in, again, the arrow is pointed towards the furnace, and then you just slide it in. So guys, I noticed in my particular case here, it's in the wintertime, it's about every 2 months that I need to replace the filter. So this one has been in for about 8 months, and well, it's time to replace it. So really quickly, just looking at the other things, this is our gas valve, and then we have our blower and motor down there, circuitry and everything else. Guys, this is actually a quite simple system. All you need to do is just change the filter, vacuum out the ducts on occasion, and that is all you really need to do for your furnace maintenance. So we'll put our cover back on. And then we'll put our top cover back on. And voila! Furnace is now done. Rather simple, right? Alright, so looking at our tank. So I installed this tank back in December 2019. This is a John Wood. But I mean, guys, really, tanks are all the same. So you have the cold on the right, hot on the left. vacuum breaker. In this case, I have 2 unions here, and then we have our shut-off valve. So guys, again, we have our TMP. So if this is ever dripping, don't under any circumstance ever cap it off. This is a relief. TMP stands for temperature and pressure. It's just a relief valve. And there you go. So your TMP is always going to be at the top. And then down here is our drain. Every tank has a drain, because when you need to go replace the tank, it's a lot easier when it's empty opposed to when it's full of water. Now, the cap is something I put on because my drain at one point was leaking. Alright guys, our tool list for the hot water tank. So we have a hose, and then we have our flathead. So our hose is just like a standard garden hose. It's a little bit tight because of the angle, but it's not a big deal. So guys, in my particular case here, there is no floor drain. You'll see a grate. If you have a floor drain, all you need to do is take a small washer hose and just put the hose onto the drain, and then just put it straight down into your floor drain. Since I don't have that, I'm gonna have to run my hose outside, which I'm gonna do right now. Alright, so our hose is connected now, and all I'm going to do is use a flathead to open the drain. Okay, it's wide open. You can hear the water flow. So guys, you don't need to do anything. Leave the tank on and just let it run for about 10 minutes. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get the sediment out of the bottom of the tank, and it will accumulate over time. Guys, this is basically free. It doesn't take you very long. By doing this once, I actually do it twice a year, you can get from a tank which was 8 to 10 years, now you can get longer. So I got 12 years out of my previous tank, and my dad got 18 years out of his tank. And that is just by flushing the tank out. Other than flushing out a tank, there's no other real maintenance that you need to do on a regular basis. And this is our water running out. It's nice and warm, but guys, all you have to do is let this run for about 10, maybe 15 minutes. Leave everything on. It's just like turning on a hose bib, turning it off, and you'll be done shortly. Do this once, twice a year, and that is all she wrote. That's all you need to do for regular maintenance for your appliances. Alright guys, just like that, we're all done. So once again, for the furnace, I would say it's at your peak heating time of the year. I think for us it's about 2 months. As you can see, the other filter now has been in there for like 9 months, and I mean, it's horribly disgusting, but the heating system has wound down a long time ago. Really, I'm actually surprised how bad it is, because I didn't think it would be so bad, but you know, it is what it is. For a filter replacement, I would say just go by looking at it. There's nothing else. I wouldn't go by time, because if you have like a real cold snap, your furnace is going to be working more often than not. For your hot water tank, I would say the minimum to flush out your tank is once a year. I personally do it twice a year. That's what another plumber told me, so that's what I've done. Guys, it doesn't cost you any money. It's quick, it's simple, and best of all, you don't have to pay anybody to do this. Guys, I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something. Until next time, please hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next project.